Hey, Livingston family. Sorry to come at you with such bad lighting. I'm in here by myself, and so you're kind of stuck, but I wanted to get this video out to you as quickly as possible. And there's three things I want to cover very quickly. One of them is going to take a while. Then there'll be two that'll be real quick. In fact, let me hit the two quick ones first. And the three things are I want to talk about this weekend. I want to talk about our children, and then I want to talk about giving statements. So those of you who have given electronically through our website, you'll want to hang on to the long explanation at the end. So first of all, I'm going to be out of town this weekend. Last year we missed the birth of one of our grandchildren because of COVID, and so we're going to go over Saturday to celebrate her first birthday. My son Micaiah, that many of you know, has led worship a couple times, spoken a couple of times. I was actually going to do it on Facebook Live and just do it from Dallas, and then my heart just moved me to ask my son to do it. And he is preparing for ministry, but he's getting ready to go to seminary next year. He has a heart for God, does a lot of teaching and worship leading with youth, and y'all have been really gracious to let him share and be a part of what we're doing. He'll be moving back to Arkansas this summer, and so I love giving him an opportunity to continue to hone his preaching skills. He loves God, he loves the Word of God, he loves teaching, and so I have always trusted his content and have enjoyed watching his delivery get better and better. Thank you for giving him that opportunity and cheering him on and supporting him. So he'll be sharing for me this Sunday. It was really good to see everybody last week at Easter. Wow, we had over 120 people between adults and kids, and another 20 online, which represents probably 30 to 35 because we have so many couples and families watching. Which brings me to the second thing. Christy Price has been helping lead our children's ministry. She just felt led about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, to provide an alternative for the children to go out. But as you know, we've tried not to be so programmatic that we're constantly trying to recruit and get people to do a bunch of stuff to keep the church going. But it's been a real blessing for the kids and for the parents. I don't mind the kids being in church. They don't bother me at all. I'm used to lots of kids, but I know it can be a real challenge to parents. She is at a place where she just really hates missing so many weeks, and she just hadn't had a lot of help doing it. And so she has requested to only serve one Sunday a month, and she wants to be with her family, which I support 120%, even though I know that's not mathematically possible. And so we're praying about whether God would have us to try to find somebody to help us with that, or whether we just come back to letting our kids back in the service. So be praying with us about that and what we need to do with that. And anyhow, so all right, last thing I want to talk about. If you have not been giving to the church through the website, this may or may not interest you. I am going to explain how we manage money, so that may interest you, but it's all for a reason. So let me just explain this. The way we manage the money is I do my best. I actually have nothing to do. I can't sign checks. I do have a debit card that I will use occasionally for equipment or to order the food for our meals and stuff like that. But I don't have the ability to sign a check. My wife does, just to be aware. We try not to write any checks unless we absolutely have to. So, for instance, we rented that tent the other day. We had to write a check for that, so we'll do that. We have a CPA firm that oversees all of our finances. Every month they overlook it, and every quarter they do a review to try to just make sure that things look on the up and up. I have an outside book accountant that I use who every month reconciles our bank statement, goes through all of our giving records, makes sure that that things are showing to be in a one-on-one relationship. For instance, every Sunday we have a team that counts the offering, that which comes in through checks and cash. They put it in a sealed envelope. They mark exactly what checks came in, what cash comes in, including the bills that come in. So many 20s, so many 10s, so many 5s, and so forth. They put that in an envelope, having signed put their signature on it. And my assistant takes that and copies it to our bookkeeper and to our CPA firm. Then she makes the deposit. The bookkeeper then records all of that in our QuickBooks, which is then overseen by the CPA firm. All right, so I think everybody's got that idea. Now, on top of that, last year we employed an online giving tool called Tithely. We had been researching it for months, and then, of course, when COVID hit, we really needed to put it in place. So many of you have been using that. It's a wonderful tool. In fact, 63 families have used Tithely, or our online through our livingstonfellowship.com, have given through that app. There is a fee for you to use that app. Now, before people get all upset, so I don't know where I was paying a fee, remember that I have to pay a bookkeeper. Every church does. You either have a financial secretary that you're paying her salary and her benefits, or you're purchasing time from a bookkeeper. Well, every time something's done digitally, that's a step that a bookkeeper doesn't have to do. It's automatically done. All they have to do is just reconcile it. But as far as it being recorded and put in, none of that has to be paid for. So when you pay a processing fee, you're actually saving money from having to pay a person from doing it, or an accountant. So you're going to pay one way or the other. We just choose to do it electronically because of the simplicity of it, and as well as the accountability. It actually, every time you digitize something, it becomes much easier to follow up on and to track. So there is a 3%, I think it's about a 3% fee, or 3.15% or something like that. So for instance, if you give $100, $1,000, $100, you'd pay like $3.25 or $3.15 or something like that. It's just like a credit card expense. Sorry, my nose is itching. If you give $1,000, then like $32 would go to $32.50 would go toward that fee. If you have given, you'll notice that there's a little square button. There's a button you can push, a square you can check, or something like that. And that square says, do you want to pay for the processing fee? All that does is it adds that fee to your giving. So if you're giving $1,000, or if you're giving $100, if you're giving $1,000, it may charge you another $32.50. If you're giving $100, it may charge you another $3.25. And all you're doing is saying, I want that whole $100 to go to the operation of the church, and I'll just gladly pay this fee. And I don't know, I've never done a research on this, but probably half our people pay the fee and half don't. And I don't expect you to pay it. I'm not asking you to pay it. Just some people realized, like I did, I realized that I had that option, so I chose to do it. And there's no reason for you to have to pay that. That's a part of the process of doing business. But if you chose to pay it, what I realized, because somebody wrote me and said, wait a minute, the amount I gave and the amount I'm giving credit for is not showing up to be the same. So after some research, about 3 weeks ago, about three weeks ago, I got an email. Hey, this number from what I gave and then what I was in my statement are not the same. So I began to research and found out that our giving company, Tithely, did not include the processing fee as a donation, and they should have. So we've been in the process of doing, number one, verifying that the donation does in fact qualify for tax exemption. Number two, what went wrong and how do we fix it? And then redoing all of our giving statements for anyone who gave through the Tithely app online. So all that to say, we are just today, we sent out amended giving statements for everyone who gave online through our Tithely app online. And you will be receiving that. For some of you, it may be, $20 or $30 extra dollars. For some, maybe several hundred. Some of you have given significant amounts of money through the Tithely app, and you've chosen to pay that fee, or maybe you didn't choose to pay it. Either way, that fee has been added back into your donation so that you can report all of it. I am embarrassed, and I apologize that we missed that till now. Thank you for being patient. The person that brought it out was so kind and gracious about it that I was even more embarrassed, because I probably would have pitched a conniption fit if I'd been the one that discovered it. But anyway, so be looking for those. If you gave through the Tithely app, you are being emailed or physically mailed. If we don't know how to match up your email to your giving, then there's nothing we can do. But we do try to. I mean, anyway, we have to have an alignment between your email and your gift to know where to email it. Otherwise, we try to physically mail it to you. So I'm sorry it's been this late. If you've already turned it in, please accept my apologies. If you haven't, then gratefully we got it to you in time. But thank you for your patience with that. If there are any other questions about any of this, please let me know. Just email me, dan@livingstonfellowship.com. I'll do my best to answer those questions. Never hesitate. Look, I don't think we have a greedy person in our body, certainly none that act like they are. So for you to ask questions about your money is not anything to be ashamed of, or your giving or anything else. That is absolutely something that I want you to be at peace with. Well, if there's one thing I don't want you to ever question, is money management. I want you to feel confident that we are doing everything we can to demonstrate that we are above board and everything is accounted for, okay? All right, I love you guys. I will miss you Sunday, though I will be watching with you, and I will look forward to starting our new series. I think I'm going to do a series in Matthew 13 on parables of the kingdom. It'll be a 7 to 9 part series, and then we will go from there, okay? Love y'all. Have a great weekend. God bless you, and I will talk to you later. Bye.